Hi, I'm Lex and welcome back to my floor, where I can't sit where I normally sit because I still haven't unpacked my boxes and boxes of snacks and things that I ordered. Anyways, today I'm here to talk to you about my 50 Shades of Black project pan. And because it's been coming up to the end of the year and I've been wanting to reach my goals on some of the projects that are wrapping up in December, I've not necessarily had a ton of empties and a ton of progress in this project, but nevertheless, it's a fun project and I have been, doing stuff for it. I've been using up the products and stuff, so let's take a look at my progress, shall we? So, for this project, you have to pick 50 items. They can be either makeup, beauty, anything, skincare, hair care, and they'll have to have a link to the colour black. So a lot of my products have black packaging, black writing, black caps, whatever. And I decided to do quite a few beauty products with finish goals and makeup products with a 50 use goal and a no pan left behind goal, usually, that type of thing. I'll get into more detail as I talk through my products. So starting off with the beauty side of things, I finished up this Alberto Balsam Coconut and Lychee Conditioner. This was alright. It's a conditioner. It's like 90p from Aldi, so it's nothing like too special, but it's nice enough and it does make your hair quite soft, so yeah. It also lasts for quite a while. Well, it will now that I've got short hair. I'll basically be using like a fifth of the product that I used to use, maybe even less. So that is rolling out. I have my toner from Jaya here, and there is the tiniest little bit left in there. Except I can't call this empty yet, not just because of that little bit, but because I've been decanting it into a different bottle. This is my lovely Dungeons and Dragons bowl that I've been putting toner in, and this is so full that you can't actually really tell that there's any liquid in here. Oh, there we are, there's a little air bubble. But this is like practically full to the top with the leftovers of this. So until I've finished both of these up, I can't call this an empty. It's a nice toner, I just don't like spray bottles, so I decant it into the little bottles so I can use it easier on a cotton pad. Then I have my almond milk and sea salt hair mask, and I did kind of move this about when I was bringing it upstairs, but when it settles it is down to here. And this is terrible, I can't lie. It's really watery. I don't know if you can see the consistency of that. It's been watery like that since I bought it. It's not very moisturizing at all. Even though it claims to have about 10 different oils in it. It's not very moisturizing at all, and I just don't really like it very much. I used up this much just using it twice on my long hair because of how not emollient this is and how watery and a bit rubbish it is. Because I have short hair, I reckon this little bottom bit will also take me about 2 uses now, but it should be done by next month. For face cream, I have this one from Jaya, which has lovely black writing. And I have been using this one as a night cream every now and again. There isn't a terribly big dip in there, but it smells really good, and it's a very thick cream, so I do recommend it if you have like dry skin or if you just really want that moisturizing boost at night, because I use a very moisturizing cream at night, even though I have pretty oily skin. It's like more oily if I don't moisturize, so I get a proper good moisturizer, and that'll probably still be in for the next few months because I don't use it religiously, and yeah, it's a big product. I have these little lotion bars from Herbale, and initially these counted as 3 products because I had some lavender scented ones, some coconut ones, and some aloe and cucumber ones. So I've used up 1 out of my 2 lavender lotion bars, so I only have this one left. I've used up 3 out of my 4 coconut lotion bars, so I only have this one left. and I've used up one of my 2 aloe and cucumber lotion bars, but the other one is currently getting used as well, so I just need to remember to use these, and I fly through them because they're so small and they're only like little lotion bars, so now in the winter these take me maybe like 3 or 4 uses each. Moving into makeup, all of the eyeshadow palettes that I had in here had a no pan left behind goal, as well as every makeup item having a 50 use goal, because it is 50 shades of black. This is my No Photos Please palette, and I really like this one. It is a very pretty palette. The shades are beautiful, especially the lighter tones. They look great on the eye, and these darker tones tend to lean a little bit grayer than they look in the pan, but they're still very nice, and this is the most impactful non-creasy black. I've been using it a lot with this dark blue eyeshadow pencil that I have on. Not today, I've used a different black, but typically when I use this black as my crease shade. So I've used this twice more in December. I used the black shade and this dark sort of greyish blue. The black is called Back Exit and this shade is called Super Trash, and they are great. I love them. So the total number of uses on this palette is now 29. So I feel like if I just buckled down and used it, I could bang out the rest of the uses and have this rolled out, but this project isn't like a major priority for me right now because I'm trying to wrap up my other projects, do intros in January and things like that, so I'll just keep some slow and steady progress going here, and eventually I'll reach my goals. I'll probably hard focus things a bit more closer to the end of this project. I have my Technic Get Gorgeous 24 karat gold highlighter. This does have a nice pan in the middle there. You can't really see it because the pan is the same colour as the product, but I don't really use this as a highlight. It's a little bit dark for me, so I tend to use this as an eyeshadow, which is why using a pencil brush I kind of managed to get a pan in there. I've used this 5 more times in November, so that's getting us up to 39 uses. Honestly, I use it in a very basic work look, so if I just pan that look for a couple of weeks, I can get this done as well. But like I said, not a major priority, not in a major rush with it. I have this little MUA blush. I can't tell you the shade because it's stickered over with a billion clearance stickers. I bought this for 40p in TK Maxx, and then realised that cool toned pinks aren't really my colour, but I've been making this work over the top of an orange blush, as well as mixing it with warm toned highlights and things like that, so it looks a lot more warm toned on my face. I was looking in my spreadsheet and I've used this over 100 times now, and it really doesn't look like it. I've worn away most of the embossing, but there isn't really even a dip or anything going on in here, even though I've used it 100 times. So that's crazy to me. But I used it about 11 times in November for a total of 41 uses now. This has been put on the back burner though because I'm trying to finish up a cool toned pink highlight, cool toned pink blush in my D100 project pan before that wraps up for the year. This is the Franken lip balm that I made out of my Colour Max Nude Edition lipstick, as well as some other products, and as you can see I've been using it there where there's like a big massive hole. I do have a lid for this, so it is airtight, so I'm not just like... But yeah, this has gotten 1 use in November, so only 33 uses on this. Not too far off our goal, and this is a really nice shade, so I can even wear this for work if I wanted to, but I have a ton of other lip products, and lip products are one of the categories that I really struggle with because I forget to apply them, and unless it's like a lip balm or a gloss that I'll take with me, then I just don't tend to use things very much. I've gotten 1 use on my PS pigment in the shade black, even though it's grey, and I'm just clearing out that corner nicely, as you can see. This now has a total of 9 uses, so these haven't been like super majorly focused on. I think they probably will more towards the end of the project because I'll have less other eyeshadows to work on. And my bright orange cheek stain from the Body Shop in the shade Sunshine Orange. This has gotten 4 uses in the past month, so it's now up to 27 uses. It's just a little bit difficult because it is a really bright orange. I feel like I should have really hard focused this in the summer when it looked a lot nicer, but I found a way to make this work with a cool toned pink blush over the top so it looks a bit more peachy and less straight orange. And finally I have my Avon Glimmer Stick eyeliner, the shade Blackest Black, and as you can see I can't scroll it up anymore. There is nothing left in here really. I just touched the plastic, which is really dirty. But I used up everything I could out of this. Yeah. It was a really nice eyeliner. I used it a lot on my inner waterline, so that was great, and it just added a little bit of pop, and now I kind of miss it because the eyeliner that I'm using right now just doesn't show up very well in my waterline, which is a shame. So I might have to go out and buy a new eyeliner now, but it is what it is. I only used this 23 times in the project before I finished it, and I'm glad to have it out and to have space to bring something new into my collection, because that one was getting a little bit old. I've had it for 5 years maybe. We have finished 26 out of the 50 items, which means we have 24 left, and honestly I think I can definitely get a good 75-80% of these done before the end of the project, so I will keep you updated and catch me again next month for another update. Hopefully as the project comes to an end I'll feel a little bit more pressure to actually reach my goals and get things finished up. So let's see how it goes. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!